author sells 100 paperbacks, opens the royalty report, and feels encouraged. Then the bank deposit arrives, and the result is nowhere near what the sales dashboard seemed to promise. The missing number usually isn't sales, it's contribution per unit.
That's the uncomfortable gap, isn't it? Gross royalties can look impressive, while actual profit stays thin. Welcome to the 22 Lions Podcast, your daily blueprint for writing, publishing, and profiting from books. Today, we're finding the leaks between a book sale and the money that truly remains.
Exactly. A royalty is a payment from a sales channel. Profit is what remains after the cost required to produce, deliver, promote, and support that sale. Those are different numbers, and confusing them can lead an author to spend more on advertising, add another format, or expand distribution before the existing title is economically healthy.
Let's make this practical with Maya. She has a nonfiction book with steady ebook sales, several dozen paperback sales each month, and an audiobook that listeners enjoy. Her dashboard looks healthy, but she doesn't know which edition is actually helping the business and which one is quietly consuming margin.
Here's the lion's truth. Before Maya changes her cover or increases ad spend, she needs a map. Open a spreadsheet or use paper if that gets you moving, and give every format on every channel its own row.
One row per format and channel?
Exactly. Paperback through the primary retailer is one row. Paperback through another distributor is another. Ebook, hardcover, and audiobook each get their own row. Record the list price, royalty rate, units sold, actual payout, and any printing or delivery deduction. Add the period you're reviewing, say the last 90 days, so you're comparing the same window.
And if a cost is missing, don't enter zero. Mark it unknown. Zero says there was no cost. Unknown says you still need to verify the platform report, invoice, or statement.
That's the trap. Authors often forget editing, cover design, advertising, or fulfillment because the expense happened months ago. You don't have to build perfect accounting software today, but you do need an honest comparison. A low-margin format with strong volume may support the brand, while a quieter format may be the real profit engine.
Now, ask the more useful question. What does one sale actually contribute? Start with the actual payout, then subtract the costs connected to producing, delivering, and promoting that unit.
For paperback, that might be printing and fulfillment. For an ebook, it could include delivery costs and an allocation for production. For an audiobook, narration, editing, mastering, and channel fees may matter more. Actual payout minus direct production cost, repeatable fulfillment cost, and a reasonable promotion allocation gives you contribution per unit.
So if a paperback pays $6 after the platform and printing deduction, and we allocate $1 for advertising plus 50 cents for support, the contribution is $4.50.
Right. That's not final net profit because the business still has overhead, but it tells you whether that sale is helping fund the business or merely creating activity.
I would include every launch expense in the title calculation. If the book cost money to create, shouldn't the book eventually recover all of it?
It should be considered, yes, but not necessarily assigned to every unit in the same way. A one-time launch investment answers a recovery question. A repeatable production cost answers a contribution question. And a software subscription used across 10 titles should not be charged entirely to Maya's book.
So you're separating title recovery from ongoing unit economics.
Exactly. If you combine everything into one frightening number, you may stop a healthy format. Track both contribution per sale and cumulative recovery of the investment. Accurate enough to decide, consistent enough to compare.
Fair. Maya now knows what each edition contributes. That makes the next question easier. Where is the money leaking?
Start with the physical book. Is the trim size larger than the audience needs? Is the page count inflated by spacing, blank pages, or an inefficient layout? Are color, paper, or binding choices adding cost without giving readers a meaningful benefit? Small specifications can change the economics of every sale.
Then inspect the digital file. Heavy images can increase delivery costs. Incorrect royalty settings can reduce the payout. And a distribution setup may create discounts, returns, or fees that make sense for one goal but not another.
That brings us to channel strategy. Authors often ask, which platform is best? That's the wrong question. Best for what? KDP may be efficient for Amazon availability and print on demand. Expanded distribution may support reach. Ingram Spark may fit bookstore, library, or wholesale objectives. Direct sales may offer control, but they also bring
fulfillment, customer service, payment processing, and the need to generate traffic. Exactly. A lower margin channel isn't automatically a leak if it serves a deliberate purpose. It becomes a leak when you're paying for reach you don't need or mistaking availability for profit.
And audiobooks need the same discipline. They can expand audience access and strengthen a catalog. But an expensive narration model needs a realistic recovery path. Maya's audiobook had strong listener feedback, yet its upfront production cost made the contribution weak. That doesn't mean cancel it. It means evaluate listening demand, rights, channel terms, and catalog value before repeating the model.
What did Maya change first?
Not the cover, not the price, not the ads. She tested a more efficient trim size and interior layout for the paperback while preserving the book's promise and editorial quality. She recorded the new print cost, watched conversion and returns, and compared contribution per unit during a defined measurement period.
One controlled correction, instead of changing 5 variables and guessing what happened.
Exactly. She marked the audiobook test later, the paperback layout fixed now, and any lower margin distribution choice except intentionally. That language prevents emotional decisions. You can accept the cost when you know why it exists.
Here's your worksheet. Choose one title and one recent period. For every format, write unit sold, list price, actual payout, direct production cost, promotion allocation, and contribution per unit. Circle the largest gap between what you expected and what the numbers show. Then label the issue. Fix now, test later, or accept intentionally.
Verify current platform terms before making a permanent change. Print costs, delivery fees, retailer percentages, and distribution conditions can change. Your own statements matter more than a generic chart from years ago. Write it. Publish it. Profit from it. But first, know what profit means for each edition.
So the system is simple. Map the money, measure the real contribution, inspect the production and distribution leaks, compare channels by purpose, and change one thing you can measure. Your book is an asset, not a hobby. If the worksheet reveals a production problem, a distribution question, an audiobook decision, or a deeper royalty issue, contact the 22 Lions publishing team for a professional review and a practical next step plan.
Build the empire one book at a time.
That's your step-by-step system for today. Apply it and watch your author business grow. Publish like a pro. Profit like a lion.